and the old school style's a thing. With every flick of the joystick, you can hear the twang ting. Stay legit, hop a bread, keep the high school living. From the classic arcades to the Atkins pinball bowling. With the Atari 2600, your love for games will never quit. Stay true yourself, Papa Brad, and always stay legit. He's a lover of the classics, the sound of pixelated beats. Late nights at the arcade with every game to feed. But he'll keep on pushing till he's reached that final stage. Papa Brad's the gaming legend, his passion never fades. Stay legit, Papa Brad, keep the high school rolling. From the classic arcades to the Atkins pinball bowling. With the Atari 2600, your love for games will never quit. Stay true yourself, Papa Brad, and always stay legit. He's a
All right. Wow. And always stay legit. That's right. What's happening?
I got caught singing.
T. McCloskey, man. I know the lyrics now. I start singing along. So what's happening, man?
There's the
Carlos
link.
Game of the Week.
Carlos Game of the Week. Wrap it up.
It's time for Carlos Game of the Week.
Game of the Week is Omega Race by Midway.
I love that one. It's one of my faves. Love Omega Race.
You got an awesome cab, Pop Brad. Look at that awesome cab.
Awesome cabinet, man. It was a Vector arcade game. You know what a huge fan I am of. That's the Xena table. That's the back glass we came up with today. We made our own, T. McCloskey.
I did have a side label of that.
The Omega Race, very cool game. Vector arcade game. You know what's cool about this one? This is one of those ones that uses a piece of artwork along with the Vector monitor to do like where it's like that, you know, like Space Invaders has the Ghost Pepper where like you see the artwork, then it looks like the vectors over top of it. This machine does that.
You can kind of see it here.
It does it with kind of like a space background.
Mm-hmm. Got the spinner.
I really got a lot of time to play this. Southern Fried Gaming had one of these that was beautiful. It was completely restored. It looked just like this cabinet you're looking at. And the Vector arcade games, you know, nothing really, they have that glow. When you play them, you can emulate them, but a real Vector monitor is always going to have a really cool look to it. It's a very, very bright image, which, you know, you really can't capture other than having it playing on a Vector monitor. Controls are a spinner and two buttons, right?
Yep.
Thrust and fire. Spinner is your control.
And you get your thrust and fire.
Moving the ship like the asteroids type ship with the spinner was a cool innovation for this time period. Because before this, all games that used that kind of ship controls used only buttons. So this game came out. This game came out with a spinner, which was very unique because no one else was doing that at the time.
1981 came out, and this is the only Midway game they did with a Vector.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Vector monitors.
Midway's only game with a Vector. Came out in 1981. They didn't do it again. They said we had enough.
They said that is enough. We're out. We're out of the Vector business. It was cool. Thanks for the memories. It was cool, but we're not doing another one.
Caro says, great to play on AOU.
Oh, yeah.
Thrust and fire. Yeah, it plays just like Asteroids with the thrust.
Yeah, it's like Asteroids, but you use a spinner.
Which is probably a lot easier, too, I would think.
I think it controls well. I always like the controls of Omega Race.
Yep.
And then you have like these little bumpers, like you fly and you bounce off the walls. But you are basically
Right,
making
guys
like
ever-
it's like you do laps. It's almost like you're on a little track.
Well, I was in the arcades back in 1991, so I remember seeing this in the arcades. I played it.
Yeah, I played this.
We're old, man. We're old. So there's no surprise you guys ever know about this cab. We're old, sucker.
Yeah, this is the old school. This is the old school arcade here.
Yeah, I was 11 years old in 1981. So
1981, the same year as Miss Pac-Man.
was they
Galaga.
you always say it's a
Galaga,
goal.
Miss Pac-Man. This has
81
been
was
sitting by Galaga and Miss Pac-Man. They're both
Pac-Man.
81.
right.
Pac-Man's 1980.
Yep, we'd be sitting there somewhere
A
around
year
it.
before Miss Pac.
I mean, 81 was part of the golden age of the arcade.
This is the golden age. This is right in the middle of the golden age of arcades.
Yep. Okay, played a little video clip. Get that rolling. But yeah, cool cab. See, I like doing these older games too, man, because it's so easy to find pictures of the cabinets.
Oh yeah, people love
Newer
these.
ones are so hard to find. 'Cause like most of the new ones, mostly the ones in the 90s were using old cabinets. And they just, they used just a cabinet that was already out there, and they just did a package. Where is it? Okay, there it is. I got so much stuff in my folder. I couldn't find a Pop Brad.
Dr. Squid was mowing 10 mowing lawns for arcade money.
I was working on farms and doing bales, man. Fuckers used to. I was doing slave labor, man.
Doc
We used to
Mario's
get-
parents had not even met each other yet. They hadn't even met. This
I
is
used to
before
get-
his time.
We used to get $1, not per bale, $1 per wagon.
Per wagons.
Each wagon could hold like 30 to 40 bales. We got $1 for trailer. It's like, man, that's like nothing. A buck. You get a buck a trailer, man.
A
Thanks.
buck.
A buck. So, I didn't make
Shotgun
much
Sean
money.
wasn't even born yet. I
Uh,
thought T. McCloskey was younger than him. No, we're the old folks.
no,
Papa
we're
Brad's
old.
an old man. I lived
We're
through
old
the
school.
golden age of arcades. I was
So,
living the
same here.
life, living the dream. Papa Brad in his heyday.
I didn't have to say, oh, I wish I was in those arcades. We were in those arcades.
I was in those arcades. That was me wearing that Pac-Man trucker hat.
See, Mad Dog, he's 11. I was 11.
With cutoffs
Yeah,
and tube
trucker
socks.
hats.
Cutoffs and tube socks. That was me.
I couldn't cut off tube socks. My mom wouldn't let us cut them. Farm worked too hard for us town kids. Cool thing though, man. I used to I worked for a dairy farmer. It was our neighbor, and they used to filter their milk right there on the premises. And it would be so cold, man. You got to be after doing a day's work of baling hay, go in there and get a cold glass of milk, man. Oh, that was so damn good. Damn, you guys look like youngins. Yeah, we look like youngins. We're not youngins. I don't think I look that young though, especially if I took my hat off, man. All my white hair used to be black.
Man, T. McCloskey, you got old.
Look, you can see some of it.
That was when you grow, you get old.
I've had gray hair since I was 18, though. It sucks. Terrible, man. Remember my mom cutting my hair? She's plucking gray hairs. I was like, stop. You're going to make more of them grow. And look what she did.
What happened?
She made more hair, white hair grow. I blame my mom for plucking all those gray hairs out. That's right. There you go, Thumper Squid. I look old, but never grew up.
When this game was out, I would have been 13 years old, hitting that arcade with a pocket
11.
full of quarters, ready to raise some hell.
Pocket full of quarters. Yeah,
I put a quarter in this Omega race, and I'd be dead in 30 seconds. Then I'd put another quarter in Dig Dug and play for 45 minutes. That's the way the arcades were. You always had those games you could play forever. There's certain games you knew you were going to get your money's worth out of it, like Galaga,
Right there. it's for
Dig
me.
Dug, Pac-Man,
Mr.
Miss
Do.
Pac-Man, Mr. Do.
Mr. Do was mine. That's why I got
Then
it
there were
there.
games like Omega Race. It was a flash, and your quarter was gone. But I did get to play this when it came out to arcades. I remember playing this game. Fun game, vector game. 13-year-old Papa Brad would have been in arcade playing this.
Yep. Yeah. Ours, the one I used to go to the most was called Tilt. And the door going into it was tilted.
It's
kinda
tilted.
Cool. Wish I had pictures of it.
Mm.
That was a big one too, man. That was in a mall up in Erie, PA. Big mall. That mall actually was big enough. They had 2 arcades, one on each end.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what the other one was called.
Mm-hmm.
That one wasn't as good as Tilt.
Mm-hmm.
Tilt had to, at least for me, had to
They had Gold Mine. They had Aladdin's Castle. They had a couple different chains that did arcades back in the 80s.
That Tilt was the one that had that food fight I always tell you about. Go in there, it's like just glowing white. Oh, the food fight. It's like, whoa, what is that game?
Yeah.
Food fight.
Yeah.
And
It
after
was
I
a
played
special time, if you lived through that time, that time will never repeat. It was like you can't really repeat what the way it was back then, the golden age of arcades.
and you actually saw new ones
became
come out
so
too.
popular. They became so popular so quick that they were just everywhere.
Everywhere.
You would see arcades everywhere. Everywhere there were arcades.
Everywhere.
And
Grocery store.
now you have to
Doctor's
look for
offices.
them, but they were everywhere. Doctor's office,
Everywhere.
grocery store.
Pizza
And
Hut,
every 7-Eleven, any little quickie
Yeah.
mart and convenience store had 2 of them.
bars.
2 of them. They had
Bars
2
had
of
them.
them.
Bars had them. Bars nowadays have them too. Though.
I remember the first time I played Ghosts and Goblins was at a 7-Eleven.
Oh, happy birthday, Jason! My birthday was yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday.
He thought
Jason's a pillar of the community. He's a moderator. I think he's a moderator in every channel on YouTube. And he does a great job. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Yep.
Help keep our chats nice and clean. The way we like them.
Yep, nice and clean.
Did you make a video for this one?
Yeah, it's up. You see it? We ready?
Let's go.
Okay, rolling. Let's roll it.
Let's see.
I hope this is great. Video. Carl's game of the week is Omega Race by Midway. Omega Race is a shoot 'em up arcade video game released in 1981 by Midway. It is the only arcade game by Midway with vector graphics. Omega Race was ported to the VIC-20 in Commodore 64 and published by Commodore in 1982. In 1983, ColeVision and Atari 2600 versions were released by CBS Electronics. Omega Race was set in year 2003. The player controls an Omegan fighter spaceship to destroy enemy droid ships in a rectangular track. The player's ship is controlled with a spinner to rotate the ship, a button for thrusting and a button for firing lasers. The enemies that the player must destroy or avoid are drone ships, commander ships, 2 types of space mines, and shooting starships. The ship bounces off an invisible barrier on the edges of the screen that briefly appear when hit. By default, extra ships are awarded at 40,000 and 100,000 points. In 1982, of Omega Race, that an unskilled player can pop a quarter into the machine and stay up there for up to 20,000 points. According to the book, more than 35,000 machines were created, with an average machine taking in $181 per week. This is a remake of the Bally Midway arcade game. You control a spaceship and shoot down the enemy droid ships that you attack. Your ship must survive droid dropped mines too. You can shoot them. The last ship of the droid fleets goes into spiral pattern. There's no end to this game. Rather, it is a game in which you try to get the highest score or complete the highest number of levels. You control a small triangle ship. The ship can turn, move forward with thrusters and fire. Movement is one of the game challenges. Once the ship is moving, it can only be slowed by turning the nose in the opposite direction and use the thrusters. While doing that, the ship is unable to fire towards anything it is in motion towards. It's just like asteroids in that sense. Bouncing is also comes into play during movement. When the ship hits the side of the screen, a wall of force appears and the ship bounces. You don't have control over where the ship bounces. It must take time to regain control before you can run into an enemy ship and die. So check out this game, guys. Omega Race. It's a great game. It's a lot of fun. If you like asteroids, you'll love this game. Check it out. I think you have a lot of fun with it.
You could play it on the At Games Legends Ultimate. It is awesome. It does make the multi-K look really good.
Yeah, if people were wondering, buy stuff arcades. You can get the bit LCD or close to it. Is it the bit one or the LCD? Buy stuff has. You can get it on some of the arcade one-up cabinets, like the Star Wars. I know they have the
So
Star
cool.
Wars. Yeah, so interesting. Anything if you have an arcade one-up, there are some cabinets you can get from buy stuff.
Mhm.
I think they had that. I think they have the one you have. I think right. Buy stuff.
Oh, they probably have them all over there.
I think
They have an
that's a bit-
LCD
maybe
one
the
and then
bit.
they have an LED one. This one's the LED one that I have. I have two of them actually. I have one on this. I have another ALU right there beside me.
That one has it, right?
Yeah, they both have it.
Yeah.
It's cool. I love it. It's great.
Yeah, it's not the LCD one. It's the LED one, I guess, that Buy Stuff has. Okay, the bit pixels are more old school. Okay.
No, I don't have any rugs. No rugs anywhere in my place. Allergies.
Same type of rug that TM has?
No rugs.
Cool. Cool rug. I got my cool rug on there.
Yeah.
Actually, I cut it myself. Oh, my name's in the
Learn
way.
how to work those controls.
I get rid of my name. I gotta go with it. Banner? No. Hey. Let's see. Man, you can barely see my rug down there. If
There you go. You're set.
I normally